Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 12144 Beguir-Pente. And this particular kit is from the Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury series. And Gunpla being Gunpla was released by Bandai, and this particular kit was released in 2023, which is the current calendar year. So I've had some Gunpla arrive in the mail from Hoppylink Japan. So I'll have a link to the Beguir-Pente as well as the other random kits from Witch from Mercury in the description as links. So feel free to check those out. So prior to this, literally prior to this, I did the unboxing for the Michaelis, and between the Michaelis and the Beguir-Pente, I'm really liking the mobile suit designs. I don't know why, it's just a different aesthetic, and yes, I still need to catch up on Witch from Mercury, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep saying that until I actually do. Anyway, front of the box with the Beguir-Pente, this time being very central to the box, sporting its weapon and shield, which is a very large looking shield, but a very interesting aesthetic. I quite like it. And for some reason I looked at that and then thought about the main weapon from Providence from Gundam Seed, but that's my brain being weird. So front of the box, bottom of the box, so starting from the left we do have a scene recreation, well, recreation of the front image with the kit, which is always nice to see. Gives you an indication of what type of articulation, playability you will get to deal with. Otherwise, we have some nice shots of the Beguir-Pente in different dynamic poses. So we have its main ranged weapon and shield. In this instance, we have it deploying the shield, I dare say. And it does look like we'll have another display stand. And then we have another shot, this time using a beam saber instead of the main ranged weapon. And then the kit in its unpainted state. And I also mentioned the shield looks to have a standard mode and a deployed mode as well, so it looks very cool. The green is very nice as well. It does work quite well to accent some of that purple and red. Top of the box, Pente front and back, and an array of pilots, which basically makes me wonder if this is supposed to be a pseudo army build type kit. Either way, it does look cool. Inside the box, what do we have? And I'm expecting there'll probably be some callbacks back to the original Beguir as well. So 1, 2, there will be 3 bags of runners and the manual at the bottom. I'll open the bags, then we can have a better look at everything that's included. And here we have the front of the manual for the Beguir-Pente with a nice shot of the mobile suit just on a pure white background. So it is a very nice looking mobile suit when we get to see it that way. Some more blurbature at the very bottom as well. Which is obviously something to read if you do get this kit. In terms of the back of the manual, nice shot of the Beguir-Pente going through its various weapons, so beam saber. I'm not sure why the backpack is, well, the backpack is probably listed for some good reason. It's probably not a weapon, but it's there anyway. The beam rifle and the non-kinetic shield, which is very cool looking. And we also have a nice extensive color guide here. Purple, red, there will be that purpley grey color again that we saw from the Michaelis. Normal grey and some different metallic colors for sensors and things like that. Parts list. That is very cool. We'll get to see those in a minute. And then in terms of the build, pretty stock standard. I keep forgetting that the which Mercury kits have so far done without polycaps, which I think is still very, very cool. So it's interesting what you can do without them. So the Witch from Mercury line is a good example. 30-minute mission kit's also another good example of what you can do without having to rely on polycaps. So there will be some sections that will be a bit sticker dependent, but that is okay. The shield looks very cool to put together, and I suspect it will just have some folding in and out, well, not folding, but just sliding in and out mechanics here. And then include a display base and just how to deploy some of these gimmicks and accessories. Very cool. So that is the manual. Quick look at the sticker sheet, which I will admit is very colourful between the greens and the purples, but I suspect there will be some colour correcting elements there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Definitely getting some bigger sticker sheets these days though. Not terrible, but as long as they're not completely full of colour correcting stickers. PVC wire, which will be used for stuff, of course. Just bear in mind that it's round, you don't want to lose it. In terms of the runners, we have a runner in a very nice, rich looking purple. Very cool. Runner B in that grey, slightly purpley grey, which I feel like we have possibly seen before, but it was printed in 2022, so it is quite possible it is a recycle of being the Beguir-Pente, probably the original Beguir. So that's B runner. We skip C and go straight to D, so D runner in red. Now it's a very interesting red, it's not a typical red, it's got a bit of a, I must say more like a burgundy red. We have a E runner that is in a clear yet purple tint pieces. Probably the most poorly thought out sentence I could possibly come up with. But yes, E-runner, clear pieces with a purple tint. Or maybe I should have said purple tinted clear pieces. We have a multicolored G-runner. So it's interesting how the multicolors happen later in the piece. We have the grey, the purple, that burgundy-ish type red, and then more of this clear purple tint pieces as well. I think some of those will be used in the backpack. That's a very nice looking runner. H runner, which I suspect is grey, but also looks like we'll have the backings of the shield as well, which will have a nice array of details to panel line at your own leisure. I think these might be parts of the backpack. Have a SB13 in the translucent green. So this will be the longer saber effects, as well as having the circular bottom, not the flat. And then lastly, we get this clear CE1 runner as well, which is your little mini display base for some of your weapons. So in this case, the non-kinetic shield can be attached to the space. So that brings us to the end of the unboxing of the high grade 1-144 Beguir-Pente. A nice array of plastic included. Definitely a very nice, interesting primary and secondary color range. And once again, it's sporting another mobile suit design that I quite like, even though the original Beguir was okay. I did like it, but I find Pente seems to just look better now. I'm wondering if it's maybe the color palette for the suit, or obviously it's a modification of the previous one, so it's gotten more interesting aesthetic about it. But either way, it is a very interesting looking mobile suit, and of all the mobile suits I've seen, at least within the Gunpla side of things, they've all been very interesting in their design, aesthetics and mechanics, so it's been very interesting to see. And yes, I do look forward to watching them all in the anime when the time comes. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link in the description below. And speaking of links, there will be links to the Pente and other Witch from Mercury kits over at HobbyLink Japan in the description as well. With that being said, stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.